Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stella Rose and today we are doing our first update for the year. This is a project that we actually started back in December on the 28th and it's the That's Expensive Project Pan. So basically what this project is you take some of your most expensive items, you could pick 8 to 10 products, and so you can determine what's expensive to you. You don't have to choose hundreds of dollar items for this project. It could be something that's like $20 because, everybody's budget is their own. It doesn't matter. If I could, I would probably pick a $20 item, but unfortunately I have spent a lot of money. So some of my items are quite expensive. So that is why I am trying to get some use out of the items that I have spent my money on and get my money's worth out of them. So I have actually picked technically I picked like 11 products, but 2 of them I'm kind of combining together, and one of them I might end up decluttering throughout this project because it is quite old. I think I've had it for at least 2 years and I'm not certain how old or when it itself was made and the actual expiration date. So I'm sorry, like this piece of hair is bothering me. I'm not exactly certain how expired this product is, but I know it probably is. So it might get decluttered sooner rather than later in this project, and probably before it is actually used up, but I'm just trying to get some of the use out of it that I should have a long time ago. So we are gonna go from usually how I apply my makeup throughout the day, or not throughout the day, but like at the beginning of the day before I go to work or whatever I want to do that day, and actually wear makeup. So we are going to start with my eyeshadow. So I have the Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership 7? 8. The Divine Rose 2 palette. So the box looks like this. It is so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. I freaking love her artwork on her palette boxes, but it comes in a black case with a gold print, and on the inside, it looks like this. So we do have this chrome, it's like a trichrome, purple, gold, green shift, and then we've got some golds and mainly shimmer shadows. And there's only 2 mattes in here. I have the 2 mattes on, and I have the gold. So I have this gold right here, and then I have this matte and this matte. Those are the only 2 mattes. But I've used this eyeshadow palette 5 times, and I'm actually so proud of myself, even for those 5 uses, because I'm actually using the palette, which is a good thing, because I wasn't grabbing for it. So that's the whole point of this project. So that is the first update on our first item. So I'm so excited. Yay! Okay, so we are now going to start with primer on our next item. And I have the Tatcha Silk Primer. This is the Liquid Silk Canvas. This one is a 30 gram or a 1 ounce bottle. I started with 106 grams of weight. It is now 103, which means I did use 3 grams. Yay me! So that's awesome. I have been using it, so there we go. I'm kind of proud of myself. There are times that I want to use it and I don't, and then there's times that I don't want to use it and then I do. Like I try to grab for it, but then other times like I really want to test out some of the other primers that I have that I really just have not used, and they've just been sitting in my collection as well. And I mean, that one's been sitting in my collection too, but I also want to use some of the other ones that I haven't reached for as well. But I am going to be reaching for that too. All right, so we did have a change, so that's great. That's great. For the first foundation, because like I said, we do have 2 foundations. The first one is the Tom Ford. This is the matte traceless, I believe. Yeah, the Traceless. This is a matte foundation. I'm not keen on matte foundations because I do have dry skin. Matte foundations are not really good for dry skin. It dries out your complexion even more. It makes your face look cakey, and noticing right after and even during my makeup application today, I don't know if it was because I was using this with this and then combining this with the other foundation that I was using, or, you know, just because this is kind of expired. It was my face just looked, and like, it looks great on camera right now. I'm not gonna lie, it looks great, but if you look at it up close, no, it doesn't. But it started at 78 grams. I did not start with a full bottle. As you can tell, it is up in the airless pump. It is now down 2 grams to 76. So it has been getting some use, just not enough to where I want it to be gone. The next is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and mine is in the shade 5. I forgot to say this is in the shade 2.0 Buff. Yes. Both of these are good shade matches for me. So if I was able to actually wear a matte foundation, I would repurchase that. And actually see if it'll work because it is expired. But this is the Luminous Silk by Giorgio Armani in the shade 5. I really like, this is my second bottle of it. So I'm not just trying to like get this out of my collection because I don't like it. I'm just trying to get through it because I want to not have it expire. Okay, because I have a lot of foundations. I kind of went like trigger happy like a year ago or whatever. I think I bought this last year. I can't even remember. See, that's terrible. Like, meh. I should not have a collection like that. I feel terrible, guys. Like, my collection is just so bad. But I love it. But I hate it because there's so much stuff I'm not using. So that's why I'm doing these projects, okay? All right, so we started at 116 grams. We are now at 114. So we are using it in the, like I said, so since I'm using 2 foundations at once, this is 2 grams and 2 grams. So technically I would have used 4 grams of this if this was the only one in. So, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, moving on to concealer. I do have the Luminous Silk from Giorgio Armani concealer. Mine is in the shade 2. It was 37 grams, no change. You don't use a lot of concealer anyway, and I wasn't expecting any change. I mean, I was like hoping for some change, but it's not a big deal because I wasn't like expecting change because I don't use it like I use foundation. I literally just put it under my eyes and that's it. Like, that's it. So, powder, on the other hand, I'm honestly surprised that there was movement on the powder. Because usually I wouldn't expect it on any kind of powder. Like, I don't know, it was just kind of shocking for me. So the powder I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in the shade 1 Fair. I have this. Now, if you actually look at it, if you can see, you probably can't, but there is a dip in it. Yeah, you cannot see it, but there is a slight dip in it when I look at it, and I'm kind of impressed with myself, guys. Not gonna lie, really impressed. So it actually moved from 56 to 55. So like I said, like I'm really surprised there was even any sort of movement. 1 gram, that's a big deal for a powder. Like, it's a pressed powder too. So I'm kind of impressed, not gonna lie. All right, so we are gonna move on to bronzer. And again, there was movement on this one. And again, I'm so surprised. I have the Tom Ford bronzer. This one is in O2 Terra. And I did give you guys a, that's what it looks like. I think I got there's a T and an F, if you can kind of see right there. That is almost gone. I can still see a little bit left of it. Last episode, like my shows are episodes now. Like I have shows. Look at me go. my intro to this project actually told you the total. So go back and check out that video. I'll try to link it below. If I remember while I'm editing, I'll link that below. And you'll see how much everything cost. Just these items. Okay, so we have 58 to 57. So again, 1 gram of movement, which is actually pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. Blush and highlight, we did not have any movement, but I used it, so that's good. Our blush is from Chantecaille. It was 26 grams. This is the Coral. This is for the Saving the Reef, the Coral Reef. It's a beautiful blush. I'm wearing everything that is in this project on my face. I actually really like this makeup, minus the Tom Ford foundation, because the foundation looked like crap on my face today for some reason. Like, just everything. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna work on your face today. Screw you. No movement on that. The highlight is also by Chantecaille, and it was 41 grams. Guys, look at this highlighter case. Like, that's why I bought it. I'm not gonna lie. I will keep this forever. I will make it into a compact mirror because, like, obviously it already has a mirror. I will put a mirror on this side, but this is a pearlescent. It's got such a beautiful imprint. It's like birds on cherry blossoms and everything, and it's a pinky pearlescent white highlighter. It's so pretty. Like, you can't really see much, so it's like kind of subtle and everything, but I love it. It's not like bam in your face, but it's beautiful. We have a setting spray. This is the Dewy Luminous Skin Mist by Tatcha. It was 144 grams. This one moved a lot. Okay, 136. So almost 10. We were 2 grams shy. So 8 grams of movement, which is amazing, and I'm so happy. And last but not least, we have our mascara. This is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash. So I'm going to show you the wand for a second. So this is what the wand looks like. It's very tiny. It's just a tapers down to the end. I like to use it on my bottom lashes, but I layered it today. So I actually layered it with my Ilia. So I put the Ilia on first, and then I put this on second, and it turned out so good. Like, oh my God, look at my lashes. Like, these are my lashes. I loved it. So it looked really good for me. So this actually had movement too, and I was kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting the mascara to have movement either. But like I said, like, I pretty much use this every single time I put makeup on. So I should have expected movement, I guess. But it went from 50 grams to 49. So that is my update. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I do want to give a shout out to Missy, who created this project. She is part of the Fantastic Ladies, and I am so grateful for her to creating this project. It is so much fun. Thank you for getting me to do this project, because I needed to use some of my expensive products. All right, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the weekend. Have a great new week, and remember to stay beautiful.